Child welfare work can be emotionally draining and have an impact on the personal lives of workers. Supervisors are in a unique position to provide the kind of support that staff need to cope with the challenges in doing this work. By listening to workers as they discuss job difficulties, offering supportive statements, and relating to the emotional needs of staff who feel overwhelmed by the work, supervisors are more likely to have workers who remain on the job longer. In this clip, we join a supervisor and social worker discussing a common challenge, balancing work and family life. In this case, a new mom who recently returned to work became so upset at a staff meeting that she left the room. The supervisor took the proactive approach of initiating a conversation with the worker as soon as she could.
Hey, Carly. I noticed that Adrian was really upset after your staff meeting. What's going on? Is there anything that I can help with?
Well, thanks, but I'm actually on my way to go talk to her right now. She is just so stressed out, and she is such a good social worker. I just want to make sure that I'm, supporting her,
Sure.
but is, making sure she meets her objectives. So I'm going to go visit with her right now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
As you watch, look for these critical components of providing social and emotional support. Also, note the way in which the supervisor keeps the conversation focused on meeting agency goals at the same time that she provides emotional support to the worker.
Hey, Adrian, do you have time to talk to me for a minute? I noticed that you were really upset this morning in our unit meeting when I discussed the consequences of missing our documentation deadlines. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm stressed. I'm stressed out, and I am up with the baby, and now I have to come to work, and I have twice the caseload and the same deadlines, and it just really seems impossible to make these deadlines and then also care for my family at the same time.
I have noticed that you're having a difficult time meeting your deadlines since you've come back from maternity leave. And usually you're so good about meeting deadlines and being timely with your responses and documentation.
I can't sacrifice my family and do work at the same time. It's really overwhelming, and I appreciate everybody covering for me when I was gone on maternity leave, but it just seems like they have a lot of work also, and they're having trouble keeping up just as much as I am.
Sure, and I've noticed that there was something going on because you're usually so diligent about meeting your timelines and your responses, and so I've noticed that something's going on. Can we talk a little bit more about that?
Well, the thing is that I am having trouble with balance, and it just is really overwhelming with the things that are asked of us here, and my main focus is kind of on my family, and I'm trying to focus on work also, and it's just stressing me out.
Sure, and I can completely understand that. So when I was out last year with Reese, I came back and I was so overwhelmed because I just felt like that I really struggled with balancing my work and my personal life, and I felt so overwhelmed, and I thought I would never catch up. And so in the best of times, we're running ragged, and now here we are, we're adding more responsibilities and we have less staff to do it with. So I get it. I understand that it's really hard to come back and try and meet our deadlines and be a full-time mommy and full-time worker.
I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed about what happened in the meeting, and people look at me like I have things together, and now I feel like they're just gonna kind of walk around me and avoid me a little bit because they may feel like I'm kind of not handling it very well.
Well, I don't think anybody's going to think that about you because you are such a dependable worker, and you're very solid. You're a real leader in our unit and in our agency. So I don't think anybody's going to be feeling that way. And how could you not be feeling overwhelmed with the change that you've recently gone through? So it's understanding. I mean, we get it, and I definitely get it. But just one of the things is just it's so critical that we meet these deadlines. These are new policies that came down, and it's just very important. And so I want to be able to help you through this and figure out a way that we can, get you to back on track and to do the kind of work that I know you're capable of doing.
It's been a really rough transition back. I really want to do a good job here, but I just have a lot of cases, and I'm having a hard time managing my cases and then also meeting the deadlines. It just really seems undoable.
Would you mind going on and talking about some of the concerns you had about the documentation deadlines?
It just seemed like before I left, I was able to keep up and meet the deadlines, and now it just seems really not doable.
And I understand that. One of the things that I have observed is that you are spending a lot more time leaving the office to deal with family crises when when the families call you. I'm wondering if it seems like it's not doable is because you are spending more time leaving the office when the family calls, so that you can deal with their crisis. I'm wondering if that has something to do with why we're can't balance both.
I am. I'm working with some families right now that have a lot of problems and struggles, and I feel like if I meet them out in the field that I can help them. And Brody's in daycare, and I miss him, and if I'm out in the field, then I feel like I'm making a difference, and instead of being at my desk thinking about him being in daycare and doing the paperwork, it just really feels like I can help the families better if I'm out in the field.
And most of us get into this job so that we can help families, and when we're out in the field, it feels like that's where the work's at, and that feels like we're really helping them. But it's the paperwork is really a critical piece of serving our families.
Yeah, I know. I have to have this job. I need this job to support my family, and leaving Brody at home is hard, and I feel like if I'm just sitting at my desk, I'm not really working or making a difference.
Sure, and absolutely people view you as somebody who's, very conscientious about their work, and people look up to you, and you're definitely a leader in this unit, and we all go through these times, and especially coming back from maternity leave and having to leave your baby is hard. We have these blow-ups, but we go on and we do better. But I just, I can't stress enough how important it is with these new deadlines, and so we need to just kind of brainstorm as far as how we're going to be able to get you caught back up and start meeting those critical deadlines that we have.
Well, I hope that I don't have another episode like I did in the staff meeting today. I just thought that you were going to come in here and tell me to clear out my desk.
Oh, it's okay. I really appreciate your desire to do a good job in all aspects of your job, and so I understand, and I know this must be really hard. We'll get you through this rough patch, and I'll do whatever I can to help you and support you and give you the support that you need.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, I hope this has helped. I really appreciate all you do, and I want you to know that I'm here for you, and my door's open anytime, and come in or give me a call.